Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna have ourselves a little rant. That's right, I'm a little blown away. I don't get it. I don't understand, people. This is crazy. Yes indeed. What's going on? If you read the headline, it's called Tesla Ripoffs. And I'm not talking about this. A lot of people may think I'm talking about this. I am not talking about this. If I were to order a Tesla and I would have $92,599.50, this is what I would order. This is a Model Y in red. I do not drive black and white cars, and I don't care that Tesla doesn't want to make any other colors than 4. I ain't buying a black or a white one. And I have to pay extra for red because their blue kind of sucks. It's all my only option. This price does not include the fancy wheels, no self-driving, no upgrades. Long range, 550 kilometers on a charge. GST. I only have to pay 5% sales tax where I live. No provincial tax. So I can get it even cheaper. Its delivery date, if I were to order one right now without full self-driving, which is it says October 22 to January 2023. Wow. That's a problem I'd like to have as a manufacturer. But we're not here to talk about. We're here to talk about ripoffs. One, the price of these have been going up last 2 years consistently. Nobody cares. 2, let's talk about Tesla ripoffs. Number 1, and I can't believe people fall for this, and it's also a reason why they don't report it in their earnings. Go to their website, look at their earnings calls. How many cars did they sell last year? Well, they sold approximately 900,000. I believe the website says 908. But the number 1 ripoff is full self-driving. They call it FSD. Personally speaking, I'll take my Ford Escape Hybrid 360 Cruise over anything Tesla has. This is a total scam. Now, all those Tesla people out there that love their stock and think they're just fanboys, they do no wrong. In Canada, full self-driving costs $10,600 right now today. That's what it costs. That was on the website when I printed this off right here that you can see. Okay? $10,600. Full self-driving. The car does not have full self-driving. They say level 2. 360 Copilot is level 2. I can drive down the highway, it speeds up, it slows down. Doesn't change lanes, but it speeds up and slows down. I don't have to do anything. Put my signal light on, it takes off again. It'll come to a complete stop. Level 2, can't beat it. Does Ford have anything better than that? No. Does anybody else? No. Nobody does. I don't care what anyone says. 2030 is the earliest that this is going to happen. There is a flaw in the system they're using, and I'm not going to get into that because no one believes me. So, that's just the way it is. But full self-driving, it should just be called cruise control, because that's all it really is cruise control. Okay? And why you would pay an extra $10,600, you just got ripped off. And you just got scammed. By the time this full self-driving is even invented and even working, you're going to get rid of the car. It'll be 10 years old. It's 2022. Take delivery full self-driving. 8 years, you do 30,000 kilometers a year, 20,000 kilometers. Like, give me a break. You be at 200K? Oh, now it'll drive itself? Are you kidding me? If you use it at all, the interior is going to be wore out, and the Tesla's interiors suck. Sorry, I should put that on the list. So, number 1 scam. full self-driving. Why is this a scam? They say Tesla has $18 billion in the bank. Well, that's pretty good. No debt, $18 billion. They do have some debt. It's on their financial statements. But really, okay. But why do they have so much money in the bank? You know why? They sold 900,000 cars last year. And let's just say a third, 300,000, have full self-driving. People were stupid enough to pay $10,000. I mean, I guess if you're forking out $92,000 for a car, what's 103? The taxes. But no fancy wheels and no, performance, none of that stuff. That's all extra. Model Y, Canada. Cheapest province to buy it is where I live. $92,600. Say half of them at $10,000 took full self-driving. They paid for something that doesn't work. Wow, that's $3 billion. Do the math, people. Add 3 zeros plus one more. 10,000 times this, you got to add 4 zeros. That's $3 billion. $3 billion in the bank for Tesla. Not offering you a service. It's not there. I'm putting my pencil away because, this is crazy. So they got $3 billion. That's just on last year. And guess what? When they can collect the money for this full self-driving that they claim that they have, that they don't have, which is not going to be even functional. 2030 is my number on full self-driving. Nobody will have it until then. There's one company out there that might have it. Independent company doing independent testing. Hopefully their funding keeps going. $3 billion. So how much last year? $2 billion. How much the year before that? $1 billion. How much the year? They've been collecting money on this full self-driving for quite some time now, and it does not work. And because it does not work, they cannot spend all the money. They have to put it in escrow. But that's $3 billion sitting in an account making interest that they can't spend, but it's cash they will be able to spend in the future. This will be straight profit by the time they figure this out. 2030. They'll probably have, so take it 8 years, $3 billion a year for 8 years, $24 billion sitting in an escrow account, and then they finally get full self-driving working. Level 4 autonomy is what it has to be. That means you can just go to sleep in the backyard, in the back seat, and it'll take you where you're going. And they'll get all that money. That'll be a windfall. Woohoo! Big dividend. Big dividend. They're going to pay it out as a dividend, a one-time dividend, because the self-driving will be in place and they'll have all this money. They can't really, it's in the company. Dividend. That's what they'll do. They'll do a one-time dividend with the full self-driving money. Don't kid yourself. That's exactly what they're going to do, because Mr. Musk doesn't take a salary. He has to sell stock to make, build a house or something. Guy doesn't take a salary. So come on, got to do something. So the number one Tesla scam is full self-driving. Do not put your money in there. Put it into something else. Go buy Tesla stock. You can get 10 shares today, or 11 shares or something like that. And as the company improves and the stock price goes up and up and up and up and up, and then, maybe just, you'll have $15,000 by the time you need another car, and you saved your money and made some money on it, or do something else. But do not get the full self-driving, and anyone that does get full self-driving on their cars, and they're coming out of Germany now, they're going to be coming out of Texas. It's going to be even more dumbasses. It's a scam. If you don't see that it's a scam, it's a scam. Number 2, solar roof. Tesla solar roof is an absolute scam and does not work. Will it work in sunny San Diego? Most likely. Will it work in Florida? Maybe. Will it work in Texas? Probably. Will it work where I live? No. Will it produce? No. It is so expensive. So ridiculously expensive. You just want to be wasting money and being a guinea pig. I haven't got this figured out. Just do solar the way I've talked, the way I did solar. Just do it that way. Net metering, where you go. Scam. Do they make some money on this? Maybe. Is it a profit margin? No. Tesla does not make money on Tesla Solar. It's in their numbers, people, and you really got to dig for it because they are crafty in how they report stuff. Number 3, MegaPacks. Total scam. They do not have enough battery. They don't have enough batteries. Period. They do not have enough batteries to make MegaPacks a $1 billion business. They will make some MegaPacks, temporary, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about. They'll do a 500 megawatt here or 200 megawatt there, and it's just an intermittent covering. It's not 24-hour base load or anything like that. And if you ever went to an electrical base load, how to supply your city, they're moving some lines, or a transformer station or something, and actually learned how the grid worked, you'd be surprised these lights are shining on me right now. Because when I went to one, I was like, well, I gotta go to another one of these. I am not smart enough, or I don't have enough time to explain how the grid works. Because the grid does not work the way most people think. When they talk smart grid, they're talking out of their butts. They do not know what they're talking about. So thank you very much for lying to everybody. And I mean everybody. Won't even go there. So MegaPacks? No. Next up, everyone's talking about stock split. This is a Tesla stock. 1 share. Okay? And the stock went up today, and people were saying it's going to do another split. So, 2 for 1. Oh. Let's make it a 4 for 1. Oh. Let's make it an 8 for 1. It's still one piece of paper. The split, look, the paper's smaller. It means nothing. If you're buying a stock because it's going to do a split, or the split supposedly is coming in the future or whatever, you're getting ripped off. Tesla announced that they might do a stock split 2 years in the future. If you can tell me where Tesla stock will be in 2 years, and you'll guarantee me that it'll be that price in 2 years, I will invest all my money. If you tell me Tesla's going to be $500 a share, and you guarantee that I get $500 a share, I will go short it. And I'll get my $500 a share in 2 years. And I'll make the difference between what it is now and there. At current prices, I'll make $500 a share. Profit in 2 years. I have no problem with that. If you tell me it's going to be $2,000 a share in 2 years, and you guarantee that you'll buy my shares from me for $2,000, I'll go buy it today. For $1,000, and I'll sell it to you for $2,000, and I'll double my money. Because it's guaranteed. You guarantee me that. Not, oh, I think, or it should, or blah, blah, blah. None of that crap. Stock splits. Give me a break. You're getting ripped off. I sell into rumors of stock splits all the time. Just that when it's $1,000 stock, it's kind of, like, give me a break. Can't be, in and out. Oh, give me a break. Don't have that kind of money. Nobody does. Maybe Warren Buffett does. Or Bill Gates or somebody like that. But this is ridiculous. A stock's going to split so it goes up 5%. And the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Anyone that bought into that is going to lose money. Tesla's got earnings report coming up in April. It's going to be bonkers just like the last one. I personally think it's going to be bonkers. Nothing on that report. I think they're going to be so rosy that the stock is going to take off. Because Elon Musk has another 30 million shares he has to sell. Or he's going to lose them. Nothing would make him happier than selling that at $2,000 a share. And then, whatever, it gets back to reality and he gets to buy them all back at $500 a share. Pay his tax, buy it all back at $500 a share. He doesn't care. He doesn't need the money. That's what I would do. Seriously, that's what I would do. I'd say they got $18 billion. How much are they going to have at the end of the quarter? $20 billion? Probably not. Probably 18 billion. Open 2 factories, blah, blah, blah. They're making money. Last thing I talk about is their cash reserves, which I already talked about at the beginning. Got ahead of myself. They have a ton of money in escrow that they can't spend, and that's what really shows that they have so much cash. But the cash is there, and eventually They will adopt forward-looking infrared, and eventually they will have full self-driving. I personally think it'll be 2030 before this will happen. It will not happen before then. Anyone who thinks it will happen before then is got their head in the ground, or their pie in the sky, or I don't know. It's just not going to happen. But I want to end this off with one thing about Tesla that nobody talks about. Everybody talks their stock and the CEO and tweets and, you know, all this other kinds of stuff that they're doing and stuff like that. But I do want to say one thing. Their drivetrain. Nobody has a drivetrain like they have. Nobody. And nobody understands that a car, an electric car, has to go 550 kilometers on a charge at 120 kilometers an hour in 0 degrees Celsius weather. That is the criteria for the average person to buy an electric car. And that personally right now is $92,500. Who has that to buy a car? Ridiculous. Just ridiculous, but it has to do that. If you're going to make a car that's just a city car, which some people have tried to do in the past, Ford Focus, for instance, very small, 150 kilometers on a charge, not because when it got cold, it only goes 70. And how do I know? I owned one. And trust me, 6 months of the year, I couldn't even get 60 kilometers out of that thing. Went into the city to the drive north, come back south, more than 60 kilometers. So like, come on, I didn't even leave the city. They got the drivetrain. They got the efficiency. They figured this out. They are number one in this. Don't kid yourself. The Cybertruck will have LFP batteries. It doesn't need to be a rocket ship, and they're already working on that. 2, if they're going to make a smaller SUV type C-Max kind of car like I drive right now, a plug-in hybrid, like that, and maybe make it just a city car or whatever, I don't think they'll do that. Drivetrain people, they want this drivetrain. This 550 kilometers on a charge, they are going to stick to, and they are not going to change, and they're going to make everyone stretch to it. Because they are so efficient and so far ahead of everyone else on their efficiencies that I personally think they're 8 years ahead. The other car companies are so far behind. But the other car companies can, if they follow the same path, catch up. Build it so it goes this distance. Sell it at not very much profit, just like Tesla did. The Model S's didn't make any money, but they went the distance and they performed. And they made like $500 a car profit. And they kept making it and selling it. And boy, people were excited. Ever driven a Model S? Wow! But they got excited about it, and then they got efficient with it, and then they got the battery pack down, and then they took weight out of the car. And now look at it. A Model S is still extremely expensive, but Tesla makes 20% margins on a Model S. And that efficiency they've taken and put it in all their other models, so now they're efficient and they make money. These other OEMs have to figure this out. I'm building an F-150 Lightning. It's gonna go 550 kilometers on a charge and 0 degrees at 120 kilometers an hour. And then the next year it'll be more efficient, and then more efficient, and more efficient. And that, let's just say 135 kilowatt hour battery pack you have in there will now be 650 kilometers. It'll now be 700 kilometers. You won't have to add any more to it. And in fact, you can do what Tesla's done and make the battery pack smaller. Remember, they used to have 100 kilowatt battery packs? They don't anymore. This is what you need to do, and you need to produce these, and they need to be perfect. So thank you very much. This is where Tesla wins. Drivetrain. Not splits, not FSD, not solar roof, not MegaPacks. No, those are all scams. And as long as their drivetrain, knocked over a bottle, as long as their drivetrain is number one, Tesla will be number one car company. Period. So welcome. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you don't get ripped off. Let's be smart about this, people. If you've got the money, go get the #1 drivetrain. I don't have $100,000 for a car. And my next car has to be a truck because of what I do. So, what do? I don't know. Nothing. I'm going to keep driving my 19-year-old truck. That's what I'm going to keep doing. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you don't get ripped off, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful time. Earnings call is coming up. I think it's going to be bonkers to the positive. Last one was bonkers to the negative. I think it's going to be bonkers to the positive. Have yourself a great week and a wonderful time. Sorry about the buzzing in the back, but the 400-watt lights have to keep the plants growing. And I'll see you in the future.